The Milwaukee Mile is currently located in West Allis, Wisconsin, with a population of 59,484 as of 2021. The city is not far from Milwaukee, as it's only 10 minutes away from downtown Milwaukee. This track is in a great area, to be honest. It may be a small suburb, but it's not really a small suburb. The track has hosted the Truck Series, ARCA, Late Model, any series you could think of. And could NASCAR Cup Series return to the Milwaukee Mile? As this track really makes sense, as it's the market is there. Milwaukee is a decent market to bring NASCAR fans into. So, and it looks like the Truck Series they sell a lot of tickets. So, could the Cup Series return? I personally think the Cup Series should return. It would fit decently into the schedule. Maybe they don't have to necessarily take away any races, but they could, or if they did take away any races, they could just take away one of the Kansas dates or some dates that, like maybe Darlington Throwback Weekend. I've heard some people say it doesn't make sense because the Throwback Weekend is so historic. But you could take away some dates, like let's say Bristol Dirt. Well, as I'm recording this, I'm pretty sure Bristol Dirt probably is going to get taken over. Yeah, North Wilkesboro is going to have the spring race there. But either way, they could take away a date from, like I said, Kansas. And maybe they could try to reconfigure it or renovate the place, because the place does kind of look very old as the pictures I'm looking at. The place does look really old and outdated, and maybe they can reconfigure the track, repave it, make it a little bit bigger, because as we've seen, the NASCAR Next Gen cars are racing very well on 1.5 mile tracks. So if we could maybe reconfigure it into 1.5 miles, or even 1 mile, they've still been racing very well. We could reconfigure it and maybe renovate the place, and maybe this place could become a very good place, track in NASCAR history, because it is becoming forgotten. I think a lot of people even forget the place exists. I personally forgot a little bit because I've only remembered the Milwaukee Mile because I do iRacing, so that's the only reason why I really remembered it. But this track has potential, to be honest. It's in a great area. It's by Milwaukee. Milwaukee's by Chicago. It's just in a very great area. And as people like, the people who love to go to the street course, what if you could put the dates for Milwaukee Mile, because I believe it does have lights. What if you had a Milwaukee Mile night race? After, like renovate the place and stuff and make it look really good. Those new fans you get from the Chicago race they'll drive maybe to get to Milwaukee Mile, because it's not so far out of Milwaukee. So there's a bunch of things to do in the area. And so let's look at the history of the Milwaukee Mile and all the great moments that have happened at the Milwaukee Mile. Winners like Marco Andretti have raced at this track, as IndyCar also raced at the kart series, and every open wheel has raced here in the past. So obviously well-known drivers like that have won here before. Eric Almirola has won here before. The track just has very good potential, and I feel like it's, even though ARCA, it's not forgotten, but I feel like with the Cup Series, I feel like it just has very good potential. It may not look like it now, but maybe the Milwaukee Mile has some good potential, as a lot of tracks are getting, brought back up, like North Wilkesboro, Rockingham. What if Milwaukee Mile could get brought back? Instead of the Kentucky Speedway, because Kentucky Speedway, I feel like also needs, it may not seem like it because it just had such a bad record since the first Cup Series race with all the traffic jam and everything. But I feel like with the 1.5 mile racing on next gen cars, it's not out of the question. I feel like, could this track, because if it becomes 1.5 miles, I bet you this track will be amazing. Add some banking, because it is kind of like a flat track, basically. It's not, I just, like I said, it needs to be reconfigured probably before this ever happens. Or maybe not. Maybe they could just, maybe bring it back. I don't know. But this track, I just feel like needs to have a date, at least, for the Cup Series. Just give it a try. It would be cool to see Milwaukee, get a Milwaukee Mile be brought back. Because the name, the Milwaukee Mile, like, come on, that's just cool. Come on. And I feel like you could maybe add a playoff race, because it does get a little cold, obviously, in Milwaukee, but I feel like they could just bring it back and make it a night race, though, too, because I think, like I said before, I think it does have lights. But this track just has potential. Maybe try it with IndyCar. Bring an IndyCar date there, or just do something, because it would be very cool to see this track back in higher motorsports, instead of just ARCA and stuff. So yeah, guys, this is just a little quick video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's just kind of a quick little why I think Milwaukee Mile should return to the NASCAR Cup Series schedule. So yeah, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.